Justin Walker with Storm Chasers. I'm the lead forecaster and navigator of Probe 1 here. And basically our idea is to get in front of the tornado and deploy pods and get out before the tornado hits us. So we've just taken the mast down just to make this a little easier so you don't have to look out 13 feet to see what I'm talking about. But this is our ultrasonic anemometer. It's a different way of recording wind and wind direction. The basic idea is it sends ultrasonic pulses from across these two terminals and across these two terminals. And depending on which way the wind's coming from, it delays that or curves it just a little so we can get the wind direction and wind speed with this device. In the back of our vehicle, we carry pods which we deploy in front of tornadoes. So coming over, I'll show you the pods. These guys here are pods. We carry 4 in our vehicle, and their basic design is they're very heavy, very stout. So the idea is that they actually stay on the ground during a tornado. Most of the weight, probably 90% of the weight, is in the base of this. It's half-inch steel plate, and the idea is just that we have a lot of weight low to the ground, and the wind speeds right at the surface are probably not that great. So our idea is that the higher winds are above here, and they stay actually in place. This is a little bit different device than what we have on the front of the vehicle. It's a temperature and relative humidity sensor, but it just uses an accordion style. So air just kind of comes in here, and we get the air temperature and relative humidity of near the tornado. It's in a really strong wind. This is probably going to get ripped off, but we'll have everything up until that point recorded. The data logger is inside here, which that's what stores all the information. The data is then transferred into here in a hardened steel box. It's waterproof, so even if this gets tossed in a pond, hopefully it stays pretty dry in there. Also, we install a camera on these. It's kind of cool to have video of what the tornado actually looks like as it's crossing over the pod. So it's a very basic idea. We just have a little bitty camcorder in here. It's enclosed in this box, so hopefully it stays pretty dry. It's got a hole in the back here, which all we have to do is just untape it and press record. And we'll wrap up this tour with my home away from home, my office while we're out in the plains, inside my vehicle. And we'll have to raise the mast for that. And we can do it relatively quickly, so if we're in a chase situation, it can be done probably within 30 seconds or so. It's a pretty quick process. So it's kind of heavy, but I get used to it. Alright, so here's my office, my home away from home, where I spend 2 or 3 months each year. We have a laptop here. We have several GPS units hooked into this, so we have a mapping software so we can always see where we are. The most essential thing we probably use while actively storm chasing is our laptop. We have a couple different radios. This one's used for tracking, so the radar truck can see where we are at all times when we have this guy on. We got a couple switches we installed down here. One of them is for our amber lights, which we use when we're in a storm chase mode so people can see us. The other switch here is just a switch for our meteorological instruments on the mast up here. So you put all this equipment together, you add a good driver, and we are ready to go storm chasing.